Hey guys, welcome to Z's Comics Talks about movies, TV, and pretty much anything else that we want to talk about. Starting off, we are getting official. We have sort of a script. Not really a script, it's more like guidelines, so that way we stop going like on tangents like we're doing right now.
I mean, is that really going to stop it?
It's really not going to stop us. They're just plot points where I don't have to keep on going, Okay.
Allows us to be able to be like, you know what?
Corral our thoughts.
I like it. Yes.
Corral the thoughts.
Maybe be able to do a few of the whole like, I don't think I have that one on mine. I don't have that edit on mine. I have to talk to editorial about that, and then just be like, oh, wait a minute.
We are editorial. All right, getting the ball rolling. We actually have quite a bit to talk about today. This week, lots of stuff happened, mainly in the movie area, but you know, we got some video games, which we're going to start off with right now. Rocksteady is ending live support for Suicide Squad Kills Justice League in January after their Season 4 update, which gives us Deathstroke as a playable character. This will not end online co-op. This will just end like you have to be online all the time, right? You'll still be able to play offline, all that good stuff, I guess. I still haven't played it myself. My buddy here, Thunder, he says it's an alright game.
It's alright.
I believe
nice little shoot 'em up, go around and shoot people, you know. So,
right, so that happened. Moving on, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the video game, is adding 2 horror icons to their new update, which sees a new map, which don't know what the new map is yet, but the new characters, a family member played by Bill Moseley. Now, interestingly enough, Bill Moseley actually plays a character in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, but the guys at the studio for the Chainsaw Massacre video game could not secure the rights to that character. So they did the next best thing. They got the actor that played the character to play a new guy in the video game. Okay?
Nice.
Nice little workaround.
Yes.
Not only that, but they got one of the original Ghost Faces, Skeet Ulrich. Skeet Ulrich is going to play a survivor as the next DLC in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game. More details on that whenever it happens. But yeah, like there's another Scream movie coming around, which sees Sidney Prescott coming back. So that, like, oh man, I didn't even put that on the movie section yet, but it just popped up in my head. But yeah. It's. I think next year's going to be a good year for horror movie enthusiasts.
Yes.
Lastly, on video games, Witcher 4. All right, Witcher 4. You may remember.
Some may know it as Gwent 2.
You may remember we talked about the Witcher 4 announcement a couple weeks ago as being full scale in development right now. Well, they released a story trailer and a gameplay trailer, all rolled into one earlier this week. And Ciri is the main character, which is going to upset the people that don't read the books, which apparently this section of the Witcher video game series is going to focus on one of the later story arcs spread across like 2 or 3 books that's going to focus on Ciri.
Yes.
All right. So if you're mad about Ciri being the main character, you obviously don't know the books. All right. I myself have not read the books, but I don't care. Ciri's a badass character.
I'm like halfway through the 3rd one. So.
Yeah.
I'm diversifying.
Diversify.
Yeah, with my books, bro.
Diversify your bonds. Oh man, Chappelle's Show just popped into my head. Now I got to go home and watch it. I got Paramount Plus. I don't have Netflix. I got Paramount Plus. All right. So that about does it for our video game news. Did you have anything to add to the video game news?
No, not really. Like, I know there was other games like Borderlands and a few others.
4, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this, is coming back to me. Some people are upset at what won Game of the Year this year.
Which one? Astrobot, right?
The thing that came like preloaded.
It was
on the
preloaded
PS5.
on PS5.
Yeah.
You know what? I played a little bit of it. It was fun. I don't think it was Game of the Year fun.
Yeah,
but
a lot of people were saying like, "Wow, Astrobot won. That's so sad." Just lets you know the content of games that came out.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm trying to think about a good video game that came out this year that wasn't a remake. Because Resident Evil 4 came out for the PS5 and the next gen consoles, and I friggin' loved it, but it didn't really add anything new to the genre, to the series. Nothing new, except updated graphics. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where it was I couldn't say anything bad about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you like pick any of these other ones that won Game of the Year, you can find bad things about them, like detractors. I would say not bad, just detractors, right? So I don't know, but you know,
it is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
Like, hey, be happy for them.
If it, see, that's why I want to make our reviews like legitimate. All right, I'm not talking like corporate funding. I'm talking like just two random dudes. Sorry, just two random dudes, three random dudes. Now that we got a third guy on board, he'll be with us probably next week. Sometimes. But yeah, we are reviewing stuff and giving out news for the common man. Okay.
The heck of it.
Yeah, for the heck of it. I mean, they're not paying us. I'm not telling you to go watch these things because they pay us. I'm not telling you about these things because they pay us. I feel like everybody needs to know these things to be a proper nerd. All right. So moving on to movies. All right. Take it away, Thunder.
We got. All right. We got Final Destination Bloodlines release date set for May 16th, 2025. Supposedly will feature scenes shot with the great Tony Todd before his passing. Which is nice. That guy was like basically in all of them except for that like one that turned out to be the prequel.
Yeah, that was a twist that I really didn't see coming.
Like,
but now that you think about it, when they used their cell phones, they
were outdated.
They were out. Yeah, exactly.
Like, wow.
You didn't think about it at the time, but like
especially because it came out at that time where it was all like
cell phones.
Even if I was like, why are they using that kind of phone? I'm just like, I was around that phone long enough that I'm all like, maybe they just didn't upgrade to a smartphone yet. Because heck, at the time I didn't even have a smartphone. I had a kick slide, but didn't have it.
I had one of those. I think they were called Voyagers, where it opened up. Yeah, and I had a Razor at some point. Those are cool.
But yes, but the Bloodlines thing though, the only thing I'm wondering about the Bloodlines part is like
whose
bloodline is this? Like, you know,
I mean,
is it
in the second one the girl had a baby. The girl that's supposed to die was pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's evidently what, you know, the life that was never supposed to be. So maybe who knows? Maybe they're just gonna be like, look, or if they don't like axe all the ones after two, maybe they're just like, oh, death has come back for the life that never should have been. Maybe, who knows? Maybe that's the Bloodlines part. Otherwise,
it makes no sense.
I don't know why it's Bloodlines.
It makes no sense.
But anyways,
like Scream 4 should have been called Bloodlines. Because, you know, that one girl was Skeet Ulrich's illegitimate daughter from when he was, you know, a preteen, a teenager. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of weird. But moving on, Jeremy Allen from The Bear joins the Mandalorian and Grogu movie as Jabba the Hutt's son. No more news on that aside from he's going to play Jabba's son. So
you think he's going to be a voice? Like, is it going to still be CG, or is Jabba going to have like a humanoid son?
That'd be weird.
Would it be that?
I mean, he had humanoid slaves and stuff. I mean,
we don't know how.
Maybe he's like part Twi'lek or something. I don't know
all the ins and outs of Jabba's anatomy.
We don't know the ins and outs of like interspecies relationships in Star Wars, and I don't really want to know.
I don't think I want to either.
Yeah,
Star Trek kind of hints at it with how Captain Kirk was getting down and dirty with just about everything,
but not Star Wars.
Not Star Wars.
No, that one kind of worries me.
All we're gonna say is he's his son.
Yeah. 28 years later trailer. The 28 years later trailer was released earlier this week, and I have thoughts.
You have thoughts?
Is that
I don't
zombie
buy into that theory.
Is that zombie in the field Cillian Murphy's character?
I don't buy it.
I want to say no, but damn it looks so much like it.
Excuse me. I don't buy it. I don't
know, man. I don't know, because he's supposed to be in there.
Yeah,
he did join the cast not too long ago.
I don't think he'd come back for a. Jeez, I don't think he'd come back for just a zombie part, bro.
You know, he came back for like 5 minutes in Dark Knight and Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, but was he a zombie?
No, he was just like
he did stuff, bro.
I guess
he did stuff.
I mean, he could be the main zombie.
There's never been a main zombie of. Oh wait, hang on. No, there was kind of a main zombie in the second one with the dad, the douche dad.
Yeah,
but still, nah. I don't see him. That seems like that's gonna be like a one-shot part where this random dude coming up out of the fields. So.
That's why they focus on it, because it looks like Cillian Murphy.
And maybe that's why they just kind of trying to throw you off.
Maybe.
But I also did hear that even though Aaron Taylor Johnson and Cillian Murphy are in it, from Aaron Taylor Johnson saying in a trailer, neither of them are the main character. The little kid.
Wait, Aaron
is the
Taylor
main
Johnson is in 28 days,
Yes.
28 years later?
He was in the trailer, bro.
I did not recognize
He
him.
got
Oh
that
my
big
god.
beard going.
I really didn't recognize him.
Yes.
Really didn't recognize him.
But he is not the main character. As he says, the kid that is with him, that I'm guessing he's traveling with, he said that kid, that is the main character.
Ah.
So
Oh, are we doing Last of Us again? The kid is going to be immune?
who knows?
Come on, man.
Who knows?
Do better, Danny Boyle.
Hey, technically, I will give them a pass just because 28 Days Later came first. The 28 franchise came first.
While the franchise did come first, the Last of Us plot point of the kid being immune came first.
Who knows? Maybe they've been planning 28 years later for a while and they just couldn't get
It
it
was
out.
supposed to be 28 months later, and then the
Exactly.
28 months passed.
Exactly. Maybe they just like carrying over from the plot there.
Maybe.
You know, I'm just
All right. According to a verified social media account, the Voltron movie has started
Voltron.
filming earlier this week, I believe on the 10th, and
Dang, that means
like
Henry
nothing
is so-
else was shown. How
That means Henry is getting pulled left and right because he
is,
got
'cause-
Warhammer over here, Voltron over there. It's
well,
like,
so okay, the contract for the Warhammer Amazon series was hammered out.
okay.
Production
Hammer.
on the scripts are starting now.
Okay. Yeah.
So Henry Cavill doesn't really have
Okay,
a
so
whole
he
lot to
doesn't
do
need
at
to
the
be there
moment.
yet, just yet.
Aside from send emails, hey, make sure you're doing this. He's going to
Yes.
be basically the book slapper.
Nice.
Yes, that's because that's
what they should have
apparently
kept
what was
him on as in The Witcher.
that's
I might not even watch season 3.
4.
4, my bad.
No, I will just to finish it out because that's going to be their last one. I mean,
Who knows? I
But
probably
yeah,
will too.
so like he was saying, Henry Cavill's Warhammer series did get the green light over at Amazon
Yes.
after a lengthy negotiation between Games Workshop and Amazon MGM Studios. From what everything has been, leaked so far, the main holdup was Games Workshop just wanted them to do the series justice, and that's everybody associated with this,
Exactly,
especially Henry Cavill, because he is literally a book
everything.
slapper on set.
He does
all right?
everything with a passion.
He
bro.
does. He does not do anything halfway. Not even that
Exactly.
Argyle movie.
I still need to see that movie because
I've seen
looks
some of it.
entertaining as heck.
It looks. It's. I've seen some of it, and I fell asleep, but at the same time, I was awake for like 2 days straight.
Okay,
So
okay.
I got to rewatch it.
But
but
looks
yeah.
entertaining as heck because you got him, you got my boy. He played Justin Hammond.
Sam Rockwell,
Yes, Sam
Yeah.
Rockwell.
Yeah.
Like,
and then Bryce Dallas Howard,
yeah, how could that not be an entertaining movie?
right?
So it's
Yeah.
like, yes.
And just a heads up, we don't really grade movies based on if they're good
Yeah.
or
like, we don't
bad
do
movies.
the.
We tell you about movies that are fun to watch or if they are not fun to watch. Okay, the entertainment value
Yes.
of them.
We're not like movie critics that have like 8 professional list 1, 2, 3 that they check off and
Nah.
say like it's bad. Well, we will say if a movie is bad. Yes, like we will admit if a movie is bad.
Madam Web.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I
the
don't
only
see
movie
it.
that my
I am
uncle has
recommending
ever-
you do
Yeah.
not see it.
It's the only movie that my uncle ever told me not to see, and he loves so many movies.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay. But yes, we don't go by pro level. We just go by, hey, this thing is entertaining.
like we said, we're just the common dudes, just telling you, you know what, you should probably check this out if you got some
Exactly,
time
you
and a little bit of extra
It
cash.
could lift your spirits. That's
Exactly.
basically what we're trying to do.
So, Amy Pascal from Sony Pictures is in an interview earlier this week. She started detailing some of the stuff going on with Spider-Man 4 for the MCU. In it, she says, and quote, "We have to deal with the fact that he decided he was going to give up being Peter Parker and that he was going to focus on being Spider-Man because being Peter Parker was too hard." I don't know what movie she was watching. Yes, being Peter Parker was too hard, but not his fault. I don't know what movie that she thinks that they made together with Marvel, but like I think she got the whole point of it wrong.
It does, yeah. He didn't
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah, it wasn't him being too hard. It was just like he made the hard choice to fix what he messed up in the third movie.
Plus, he was going to get his GED. He had the
Exactly.
GED books, so like he's not. I don't see that as giving up on being
yeah.
Peter.
If he was giving up, he'd be just breaking into random houses and
Like-
just.
Being a squatter.
Yeah, like what they kind of allude to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man being.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it was like no time being.
I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna thrive a little bit without
Yeah.
everybody holding him back. I think he may be a little bit angry at some
Yeah.
point.
I think he might be
But-
a little bit like stoic, maybe not crack as many jokes, but I don't think he's just completely gonna like
Yeah,
everything away.
I mean, and a lot of people online are likening this to the story arc from a few years ago called Spider-Man 24/7,
Yes.
in which Spider-Man, after Norman Osborn's ascension to the head of Hammer and J. Jonah Jameson's mayoral election and all that stuff, he decided, you know what, being Peter Parker sucks right now, so I'm just going to be Spider-Man and just throw a web in the face of all the naysayers. And that's what he did for a while, and it took its toll. So if that's where she thinks that the next Spider-Man 4 movie is going to go, I could see some elements to the comics popping up,
It should.
but we'll see what happens. Moving on, Batman versus Yakuza League. The release date announced as March 21st, 2025. And I think we've talked about Batman versus Batman Ninja a couple times. Not my cup of tea, but I'll go ahead and watch this one just to
Take a look,
yeah.
see what he does.
And Jack Quaid, the guy that plays Huey on The Boys, and the voice behind Superman in My Adventures with Superman.
With soup.
I think he's an underrated actor at this point.
He's
All right, he
pretty
needs to be in more things,
But
and
he's on.
I'm glad about this movie. This one seems it does not seem like a good movie. It seems like a fantastically fun movie.
I saw someone commented, it looks like they wrote this to be a Ryan Reynolds movie, but they couldn't get Ryan Reynolds, and it just went
I
to
can
Jack
see
Quaid.
that.
And I'm like, I gotta see it. But
I can
either way,
see
it's
it.
like, yeah.
So the movie is called Novocaine, and in it, Jack Quaid plays a guy who feels no pain.
Yes.
And
Which is a legitimate thing.
yes,
Legitimate thing. I've been seeing some people get upset about that because they're like, it's not a superpower or whatever. And it's like, we don't know how they're going to portray it. Like,
yeah.
And even in the trailer, you hear some of his buddies telling him, like, hey, why
Whoa.
are you doing this?
yeah.
You can still die. You still can get hurt.
Oh, and this actually comes back from Spider-Man 4. It has Jacob Bolton in it.
Yes.
The guy
His
that plays
buddy.
Ned Leeds,
Yes.
and is it just weird? He lost quite a
He
bit of
got
weight.
like, yeah.
All right, we're not body shaming. I mean, come on. I am robustly rotund myself, but yes, he looks like he lost quite a bit of weight. I think he might be the green, not the Green Goblin. I think he's going to be the Hobgoblin.
Go into they're alluding to the fact that
He's getting in shape. He's going to be on that glider. Let's go.
they're alluding to the conversation that him and Toby had, and it's like, it's devastating.
Oh yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, I saw something the other day where someone, it's still just a theory, but someone was all like, I want to throw my 2 cents in that Peter wasn't necessarily like stopping Tom Holland's Spider-Man from killing Norman just because he was Spider-Man. He was stopping him because he knew if they cure Norman, he doesn't die. Harry doesn't get on the glider. Harry doesn't die.
Oh, did
Saves his best bro.
I saw something
I'm all
about
like,
that.
you
You
know
know
what?
what? I like that. I like that
Yes,
theory. I like
James
that
Franco,
theory.
yes.
Yeah, like they effectively changed their own timelines.
Yes.
Whether or not they made branch realities or actual changes to their own realities is yet to be seen.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Jack Quaid movie Novocaine. No release date yet, but
It looks
plot
good.
point is simple.
Yeah.
Man with an abnormal defect.
Yeah, because it is a defect. I remember they did a House episode on this.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
they had the House
they did.
episode where you just don't feel like neuroreceptors don't work right, so they just don't feel pain.
Yeah. So plot line is very simple. Boy meets girl. Boy falls in love with girl. Girl falls in love with boy, apparently, and she gets kidnapped, and he has to figure out that he has to wade through
Decides to wade
bank
through
robbers to try to get her back.
Yes.
I'm calling it right now. She was in on it. That's just me saying it. I'm calling it right now.
Sad,
She's in on the robbery, not him.
She playing with the emotions of my boy JQ.
That's true. Yeah.
Sad.
I hope that is not the case, but
not
whatever.
true. But it does look
see what
interesting,
happens.
yes.
It does look very interesting. Novocaine, go and check out the trailer right now. Clayface movie was announced for the DC Universe, DC Cinematic Universe. I don't know what it's being called these days. So many name changes. Mike Flanagan is writing. Mike Flanagan, you may know him from Gerald's Game on Netflix.
Gerald.
The Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, and I believe he is writing Carrie, a new Carrie treatment for Amazon MGM.
Carrie movie?
Yeah, we talked about it a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah. That's right.
He's also he's basically Stephen King's unofficial scribe for adaptations, because now he's also attached to Dark Tower for also Amazon MGM.
Just throwing that in there. I don't think the movie deserves as much hate as it got.
It does not, because it's not an adaptation of the books. It is a sequel to the books. Yeah. No. Wait.
Was it?
So
How many books were there?
There's 7 in the core series. There's 2 spin-offs. It's technically book 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's book 8.
Yes.
It's book 8.
Right.
Like, come on, look at it that way.
Yeah.
They even said it.
Yeah.
Before the movie even came out.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
that's a whole different video that we're talking about there. All right, so like I said, Mike Flanagan is writing the Clayface movie. Alan Tudyk has been announced as the voice or the actor playing Clayface in the
across
DC
all
cinematic
dimensions, animated.
Oh yeah,
live action.
So yeah, you may know him as the voice of Clayface from the Harley Quinn TV series, and he got the job for the live action stuff too. Maybe he's playing Basil Karlo. Maybe I hope he's not as silly in the Harley Quinn as he is in the Harley Quinn, because like the character in the comics is kind of brutal, man.
I mean, it's a scary thing, bro. He's a scary guy.
But yeah, like Alan Tudyk, he can do no wrong to me. Okay,
Alan Tudyk, man.
Everybody, he's Hey.
Like, hey.
He's the Duke. He's Duke Wesselton,
and Weaselton. Like he's just Alan Tudyk. Brings a smile to the face
every time. Also, Avengers Doomsday adds Chris Evans to the cast list. Nobody has said who he is playing, but rumors suggest he's playing Nomad, which is another version of another costume that Steve Trevor. Steve Rogers puts on whenever he becomes disillusioned with his government.
Exactly. Which some people might be like, technically he already played Nomad, because a lot of people were calling him Nomad
because he took off
Infinity
all the
War, which I guess, but this does also raise the big question:
is he going to have the deep V?
Exactly. See, we like this.
Yes, exactly, man. Is he going to have the deep V?
Have that deep V?
I mean, unless he's using the actual name Nomad, you can't have him not have the deep V.
Exactly.
Okay,
it's part of the character.
It is part of the character.
Part of the stew.
Okay. And he doesn't even have to get that big. I mean, just get in shape like he did for,
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, Human Torch. He doesn't have to be that big.
I mean, even in all his other movies that he's been in, like, you can still tell that he's a pretty ripped guy. Like, one of my favorite movies of his, honestly, that does tear me up a bit. I can't remember the name. But anyway, he's an uncle, and he's, like, taking care of his niece.
Oh man, I know which movie you're talking about, and it's
like super smart, and he just wants her to have like a normal childhood. But even in that, it's like, dude, he's still kind of ripped. But like, yeah, that's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Yeah, it is. Damn, I'm gonna have to look that one up because I can't remember the name either. Let's see. Lastly, for the movies, I Know What You Did Last Summer adds Jennifer Love Hewitt to the cast list, joining Freddie Prinze Jr. on the Legacy cast. The release date for that is so far July 18th, 2025. Nothing else is known about where this is going because, let's be honest, man,
it's been a lot of summers past, bro.
So
like, did they mess up again? And
I don't know. I mean, like the first one, they ran over the guy.
Yes.
The second one, the son took over where the guy, right?
Yeah, I think.
And then the third one, there is a third. I Know What You Did Last Summer that was released straight to video. That one was actually a supernatural thing.
Yeah.
Like it was a ghost or something of the guy that they ran over, but it had zero to do with the first 2 movies.
Yeah.
This one,
who knows, bro?
No idea.
Like,
I mean, is it gonna like still go the supernatural route?
But at that point, it's like
a lot of people are trying to see about adding Sarah Michelle Gellar, which she's married to Freddie Prinze Jr. in real life, but her character died.
Yeah.
In the second movie, and she even came out and said, "Guys, I'm dead."
Yeah. She's like, I'm dead. She's not Matthew Lillarding this, where she's like, I could possibly come back. It's like
they never show him dying. They show him getting
I know.
stabbed a lot.
I just like the whole like.
I'm
I just
feeling
like his-
kind of woozy,
I
man.
just like his argument of all like it was just a TV, and I'm like, bro, but those TVs, it was a fatback TV.
Oh, that's right.
They
She got the
some-
TV on him.
Yeah.
I mean, he could come back as a different character.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
But
no,
like he also does have the. I give him more leeway because like he does have the addedness of. I think they said the second one was originally going to be him coming back, but since it revolved around him like doing stuff with like having like a not necessarily a cult but like a group of kids like doing stuff in schools,
Mhm.
and the movie would have released like right around the time of like Columbine and all that.
Oh,
They were like,
man.
all right, let's 86 that, and so they ended up not bringing him back.
you know what? The last one had something to do with the, like sounded cultish.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. You
Yeah.
know what?
So like
Get him in number 7. I could see
yeah.
that.
So like at the end of the day, even though I will like give it a little bit of a hard time, I love Matthew Lillard, and at the same time, it's like, hey, they already had the groundwork there, so it's
Mhm.
like unless someone straight up says, which they still haven't ever like straight up said on any of the movies from what I've seen, that oh yes, his character is Dunsky's.
Mhm.
It's like okay, he can still come back.
I mean, what's that dude's name? He played B-Rad in Most Wanted, Beverly Hills Most Wanted.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, what's that dude's? Jamie Kennedy.
Yes.
All right, Jamie Kennedy keeps on coming back and making new video teams that they can find.
Hey,
So
bro.
they could get back a little bit better.
Yeah.
So moving on to streaming and TV news, Disney Plus announces streaming service price hike from $79.99 to $149.99.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that monthly?
I have no
Because
idea.
I remember paying like $18
Yeah.
tops, and I was getting Hulu as well.
Yeah, I mean, I pay a little bit more, but that's because I got the
You got the package, right?
I got the
mean,
bundle. I got the
like,
bundle with
Is that for the year?
But I haven't taken. When I heard about this, because like when Derek started bringing it up, I was like going through all my emails and stuff, but I don't have anything saying
yeah,
like,
me
hey, I got
neither.
maybe it's just straight up if you're just getting Disney Plus.
Maybe
but
it's for the
that's
Disney.
kind of weird.
Maybe it's just for the people that pay for the year-long bundle.
Maybe.
I mean, because
Mm.
like I haven't gotten a price hike thing,
Yeah, I haven't gotten one
so
either.
that was a little weird. We're still trying to figure that one out.
Delved that much into it.
For sure.
Mhm.
No, because like I saw something about $79.99, but it didn't say which tier.
hmm
It didn't say
Yeah.
like when I found it, I couldn't find out which tier it was.
Mhm.
So asterisks on that one, but it's something to keep an eye out for in your emails.
Mhm.
Moving on, we already talked about Henry
we covered
Cavill's
the Game
Warhammer
Workshop. Yeah,
series.
Warhammer. Yeah.
But
Sorry
here's
about
what we
that, guys.
didn't talk about. Super excited for this one, Thunder.
Yes.
Oh, Thunder, take it away.
Yes. The series that has inspired the song that I play every single time I leave a job, which I've only gotten like transitioned from one job to a new, and I do this with respect, okay? Like the boss that I had at the time, I even was like, hey, it's just playful because I respect you and all that. But yes, because song that lets everyone know we're no longer the boss of them. The show is coming back, baby.
Malcolm in
4
the Middle.
episodes, Malcolm in the Middle, celebrating Hal and Lois's 40th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm has a daughter. That is what they've let us know. He has a daughter, and since it is their 40th anniversary, Hal and Lois are requesting their presents back home. The shenanigans begin. It has been said that supposedly the two brothers, the two Otis, Reese and
Man, I can't remember the other one.
Francis. Yes,
Francis.
Reese and Francis supposed to come back supposedly. No word on the two little brothers, Dewey or Jamie. Dewey is a bit kind of like up in the air just because like the dude straight up was like, as soon as the series ended, it was like, I'm retired.
Mhm.
He's doing his thing, so who knows? I do hope he comes back because like Dewey is Dewey.
Yeah.
So he's one of my favorites, possibly my favorite character in that one. Not so
The
like
future is now, old man.
yes, after he straight racks his dad. Just oh, but yes, I am excited because like I love this show. I wonder, could we possibly have Scarlet Witch to think?
Yeah, so that's actually a huge thing right there because The WandaVision series actually had
little
an episode with an opening dedicated to Malcolm in the Middle.
And then even in Civil War, she's watching.
Yeah, she's watching Malcolm in the Middle, all that stuff. So yeah, it's I mean, this is like, it could be like How I Met Your Mother bringing back Karate Kid stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it could have played a part. It could have played a part. Nobody has said no.
Yeah, no one has said no, but either way, I am thankful. I'm happy.
Yep.
Because yes, 4 episodes.
Bryan Cranston, Jane Kaczmarek, and Frankie Muniz are coming back for the series as Hal, Lois, and Malcolm, respectively.
Malcolm.
And yeah, it's we're excited because dude, this was like a huge show back in the day.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It was one of those shows that just like you talked about at school the next day.
It was like you talked about it like you talk about memes and stuff these days. All right, I mean that was the thing. Moving on to anime news, my wheelhouse. Sony officially announces its intent to buy Kadokawa, confirming 3 years of rumors and worrying the weeb community as a whole. Now, why are we worried? Sony likes to edit random stuff, man. Like
they do,
and Kadokawa takes up a lot of like real estate in the anime, manga, light novel community, and having one entity control Crunchyroll, Aniplex, and Kadokawa and several others is getting close to a monopoly. And when creators need something, or they need to be backed up against an entity like that, it's going to be harder for the creators to get a foothold. So yeah, we're kind of worried that
kind of getting into like Marvel Comics territory.
Almost like with Disney grabbing up all of these companies, and now they're saying like, okay, well, it has to be done this way, and now we have Miss Marvel as an Inhuman / mutant hybrid thing.
That it's like,
and
so much going on. That's like, come on.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a little worrying. It is a little worrying, but at the same time, it does offer a little bit more backing, kind of like how Disney did with Doctor Who.
Yes.
Problem with that is some of the stories for the new one kind of lame. That. I mean, like I love, oh man, Ncuti Gatwa. I have to slow down to pronounce his name right. I love him as the 15th Doctor. He brings an energy back to it, but
he's the one that got split from it again.
Yeah,
okay. I'm not there yet. I've been telling him lately. I kind of got on a Doctor Who run here just because of like videos that I've seen. So I'm not, I'm starting kind of fresh here.
Yeah. So we'll catch up with that later. But yeah, like it. So it's really worrying in a lot of ways, but at the same time, it does offer more backing. So it's a little bit, it's a double-edged sword. I think I think we're gonna get the short end of it. The community is gonna get the short end of it, but we'll see how it plays out. They have not bought it yet. Okay. They announced their intentions to buy it. All right. That's a huge thing. One Punch Man announces season 3 for its 10th anniversary celebration. The studio JC Staff is set to produce it with a 2025 release window. One Punch Man is so friggin' weird, man. I love it.
I've never seen a single episode.
I would recommend you watch it. If you want, I will loan you the DVD because I have season 1 on DVD. Totally Spies revival series at Cartoon Network airs December 19th. Next, the coming up Thursday. Oh man, that was weird.
Thursday.
I don't know if it's, I don't know, like if they're going to do a time jump. I don't know what's going on, but apparently, like if I remember right, they actually did kind of progress with each season as like a year, and so like they grew, like they went from high school to college and stuff like that. So, also in anime news, the Unwanted Undead Adventurer announces a season 2. I don't know who is the studio behind it. I'm hoping it's the same guys. But the first season was really good. It involved a guy who he just couldn't get a foothold. He everybody knew him, but he just wasn't that good of an adventurer. He just knew enough to stay alive, help out everybody else. He was kind of a lower ranked guy. Ends up finding a hidden, unexplored area in a local dungeon. ends up getting killed by this like super godlike beast in it, and somehow he's revived as a skeleton, but he has his mind. So he's going around and he's killing all these things in the dungeon, and he's basically getting stronger. His XP, like every time he gets stronger, he has more abilities. He's like physically stronger, and eventually he evolves into different species. And he's able to sort of pick which species he evolves into until eventually he evolves into a lich, and then eventually like he ends up as a vampire at the end of season 1.
A better adventurer.
Yes, he actually does become a better adventurer, and he does get to the point where he can at least fake being human. To the point where he can like interact with everybody else, and then some people catch on. He's got a buddy that may be in love with him. I don't know, because you know how anime is weird.
That kind of reminds me of my buddies and I, the same ones that made Small Town Crew. We threw around ideas of our own anime called Adventures in Merit Badging, because my two buddies were Boy Scouts, and we would always joke sometimes because my buddy Richard would be like, "Hey guys, you want to hang out?" And so like Nathan and I would be like, "Oh yeah, let's go! Come on, let's play some games." We'd get there and he's like, "All right, before we play though, you guys got to help me out with this. It's for Boy Scouts." And so we all started like joking. We were like, "Yeah," I was like, "Can I become an Eagle Scout like?" Adjacent or something, because I helped him out with so much.
Participation prize or
like technicality. So that got us thinking. We were like, what if we made that? Got us thinking about an anime where we would like, it's changed so many times, but it was like a dude, basically the gist was like somehow these kids get involved in like a Boy Scout troop that you kind of later finds out end up being like, oh, you guys actually entered in a scout troop for like Greek mythology. So they're like they end up fighting like minotaurs, hydras, and stuff like that for merit badging. And we always joked that my buddy Nathan, who was the biggest, who was like, he wasn't the tallest, my buddy Richard was the tallest, but my buddy Nathan was like 5'9", and he was the most muscular out of us. And he was cool with this too. He would even say, he's like, oh yes, if we did this, I would totally want that to be my character, to be where he is useless. Where
oh my gosh.
They would be like, why do you have he would say, like, we have moments where they're like, why do you have all those muscles? And he would straight up say, they're just for show, just so I don't get bullied. But at the very end is kind of like, I know it's kind of a spoiler, but I doubt we'll ever get to make this, where at the very end of season 1, something happens and he ends up perishing.
Oh my god.
But then season 2 comes along, and like halfway through, some point you find out he's alive, and you find out that because like we thought it'd be like a genie or something that's like the last villain of season 1 that is like trying to like end him and all, but Nathan ends up like sacrificing himself to save us. But that's when but in like season 2 you find out that the genie is actually like touched by the fact that this dude is so worthless, he's so useless, he's not a threat. But yet he still wants to like sacrifice himself. So the genie is like, you know what? I will just back off. I'm not gonna kill any of y'all. But he offers Nathan one wish, and all Nathan says is, I just want to be useful at something. And so throughout the entirety of season 2, we were like, one of the plots would be, what is he useful at? Because the genie, that's all he said. He just says, I want to be useful at something. And the genie just goes, okay, snaps his fingers, but doesn't tell him what he's going to be useful at. And so we were like, yeah, all through the build-up of season 2, part of it would be, what is he useful at? And at a random point, he will actually help solve something or do something, and everyone will be like, wait a minute, you just helped us! And boom. Adventures in Merit Badging.
That sounds like Taika Waititi's character in Buzz Lightyear. He's got the pen at the end. The plot of it sounds like Percy Jackson mixed in with Nichijou.
That's kind of what we ended up being like. Is this going to be like Percy Jackson or whatever? But it was just straight up. We were like, because of Richard, we were like, dang it, bro. Like, we just want to hang out, but you keep making us do your merit badge stuff.
All right, and
you want to do like a whole separate video for the review?
probably.
We'll probably do a whole separate video for the Craven review. I sadly could not get to see War of the Rohirrim this week, but we did see Craven. Hopefully, we'll see War of the Rohirrim and Sonic next week.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna leave the review for Craven for another video. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it right here. I think we rambled on a lot,
even though we got
the script
here.
All right, guys.
We need to work on our self-control.
It's not gonna work. All right, guys. If you like the Rantings Ravens 2 Madmen, go ahead and give us a like, follow, share us with your friends, and we will see you guys next time. Later.